A man was awarded an Olympic gold medal for beating women to a pulp in a boxing ring. The left called the common sense observers of this obvious injustice bigots and liars, insisting the boxer was actually a biological woman. Well, he just confirmed that he has the male chromosome. Let's lock in. That's the video that started all of this. That distraught woman is Italian Olympian Angela Carini, who withdrew from her boxing match in under 46 seconds after she got 2 blows to the face by the Algerian man in the clip. She's yelling afterward, "It isn't fair, it isn't fair," because it was not. It was a joke. The defeat was so comical that it inspired South Park to make a bit out of it. More of a documentary than a parody at this point. She said after that match, "I am heartbroken. I went to the ring to honor my father. I was told a lot of times that I was a warrior, but I preferred to stop for my health. I have never felt a punch like this. Now we have confirmation that the Algerian has the male chromosome and elevated levels of testosterone." It was ambiguous at first what exactly the genetic makeup of this guy was, but now we know he has the sex-determining region of the Y gene, which is a gene only carried on Y chromosomes, and that gene triggers typical male sexual development. He said in an interview with a French magazine, "People don't know this, but I have taken hormone treatments to lower my testosterone levels for competitions." Okay, well, too late. The damage has already been done. Carini was humiliated, and the Algerian already qualified as a woman for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Not only that, he won gold there. Here's what he said about the women he disenfranchised after that major triumph.
ولدت أنثى وعشت أنثى ودرست أنثى ومارست الرياضة كأنثى. هذا الشيء لا شك فيه. أكيد هنالك أعداء النجاح. أنا أسميهم أعداء النجاح لأنه كل ما يكونش أعداء النجاح تكون طعم الفوز ما يكونش عنده ذوق خاص ولكن كيكونوا أعداء النجاح.
The Algerian man has only been successful, as he claims, because he trounces the female competition by virtue of being a man.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
If he competed against other men, we could be pretty confident his performance would be more mediocre. None of this backlash has been remotely humbling for him, though. His arrogance has gotten worse. He even said that he plans to defend his gold title in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles.
باش نوضح للناس ونوضح حتى للرئيس أو حتى للسياسيين اللي عم يتحدثوا أو يتم استغلالي في صورة المتحولين. أنا ما عندي حتى علاقة بالمتحول الجنسي، فقط أنا رياضية، أنا حابة ندير حلمي ونكون في الرياضة.
Let's take the transgenderism issue aside. Even if he earnestly does not think of himself as a transgender person, he has scientifically proven and now self-admitted male physical advantages.
She's a guy!
He has no business being in a boxing ring with women, not just because it's unfair, but because it's unbelievably dangerous to the women he faces off against. Instant concussion. That woman does not have a fighting chance, clearly. But all of this asks the question, where the heck are the regulators and sports governing bodies? Well, before the Algerian competed against Carini, the Italian, he had already been disqualified from a women's championship a year before after he took a self-identification test, and the International Boxing Association concluded, yep, he has XY chromosomes. They even said he attempted to deceive their colleagues and passed themselves off as women. So the International Boxing Association, they were brave. But the Olympics? Cowards. Total cowards. They ended sex verification screening for the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, Australia, because they claimed that chromosomal testing was expensive and discriminatory. Then starting in 2015, the Olympics said anyone who declared themselves female and maintained a certain testosterone level, as if that neuters the male advantages, could compete as a woman. A few years later, the Olympics said, well, actually, we're just going to let the respective governing body of every sport determine eligibility considerations. But as a principle, you guys should definitely try not to do medical evaluations to prove a person's sex because that's invasive. Actually, what's invasive is a dude in a woman's boxing ring. But the Olympics passed the buck, so they couldn't be held accountable. Before he got elected in 2024, President Trump said, we're not going to play this game.
They want to have men playing in women's sports. You saw the boxer today, the Italian
female boxer, just
How is it
saying, I
possible
can't
that the
be
Olympic
two
Committee allowed
shots.
that?
2 shots. She pulled away. She said, I can't fight this.
40 seconds in.
Well, she got hit with 2 jabs, and a jab is not supposed to be that bad. I mean, I love the stuff, but I'm not used to taking jabs. It's not my thing, but I will tell you, 2 jabs, and she said, no more, I don't want, because she got hit so hard. She said, I've never been hit like that before. And, you know, I always use weightlifting as the ultimate, but I think that fight may be, there will be no men playing in women's sports when we're elected.
Lo and behold, when Trump took office, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee quietly updated its eligibility requirements to prevent men from being on women's teams after Trump announced an executive order. The caveat there, though, is that the USOPC only manages Team USA, their athletes, their operations. The International Olympic Committee is the global governing body for the entire Olympic movement. So they don't necessarily change their rules because of this, and they've proven to be absolute cowards. But thankfully, we have a president who recognizes the men and women's sports insanity, unlike the Olympics that still drink in the Kool-Aid and they continue to strip female athletes of their rights and safety. The Olympics need to wake up, to be courageous for once, and they can start by revoking the Algerians' gold medal and give it back to the women he walked all over or pummeled. But what are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments below, and make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on future content. And one more thing, right now at National Review, we are offering our most coveted subscription for only $6 per month or only $59 per year. Check out all that NR Plus can give you at the link in the description box below.